At the very outset, I would like to give my heartfelt greetings on the 73rd Republic Day to each and every individual who is here, as well as to all the citizens of Meghalaya. Friends, this is a very, very special year for each and every one of us. Apart from being the 73rd Republic Day, we are also celebrating 50 years of our statehood. This year also happens to be the year where we are celebrating the 75th year of our independence. At the same time, this is also the 125th birth anniversary of late Subhash Chandra Bose. So indeed, this year's celebration is very, very special to each and every Meghalayan and to each and every Indian. And I take this opportunity to wish and once again give my heartfelt greetings to each and every one of you on this very, very important day. Friends, the last 50 years of our statehood have been extremely challenging. And while the challenges were there, it is the great leaders, distinguished individuals, our farmers, our youth, our entrepreneurs, our sportsmen, our musicians, and every single citizen has made Meghalaya what it is. We would not have reached this position if it was not for the contribution that was made by the different governments. We would not have been here today if it was not for the contributions made by the different chief ministers, the different officials, bureaucrats, and each and every common citizen of our state. So I take this opportunity on this very, very auspicious and a great day for our country to wish and to thank each and every individual who has contributed to making this state and to making this country what it is today. Having said that, there are a large number of challenges in front of us. We have come this far. We are doing what we have to do. But the question is, what can we do more to make Meghalaya a shining example of governance, a shining example of a society, a shining example to the rest of the nation and the world, that in spite of the challenges we face, Meghalaya can do more. We can achieve more. And we should never be satisfied with what we have now. And that is a real challenge. I remember in 2018, when we took over the government, we had huge challenges. We had a lot of problem with law and order, militancy. We had a situation where mothers were giving birth to children without any professional help. 50% of the mothers were giving birth to their children on their own. 50% in their homes. We had 40% children who did not receive any immunization. We had less than 30,000 people who were part of different self-help groups. We had projects in PMGSY which were due from 2001, not completed. And while I say that, I'm not here to point fingers. I've already said that everybody has contributed, but there were challenges. And when we took over the government, we looked at these challenges as a sense of motivation for us. You can look at a challenge and you can get tired of it, looking at it, and feel that we can't do anything about it. Or you can look at a challenge and say, I'm going to make a difference. And I will make sure that we will change it. Be inspired by it. Be motivated by it. And that's what happened to us in 2018. We were inspired. There was a system, a government, a process which was going on. But it was not able to deliver the desired results that we wanted. And hence the challenges. And therefore we took tough decisions. And let me be very clear that those decisions were not all correct. We are human beings. We may make mistakes in our decisions. We may sometimes make the wrong decision. But let me tell you, our intentions were always correct. We always kept the people first. We always kept our farmers first. We always kept our mothers first. We always kept our entrepreneurs first. And we made the decision in the best interest of our state and of the people of our state.
Celebration of Meghalaya's statehood. It is a tribute to the freedom fighters of our nation and the iconic personalities of the statehood movement. This customized mobile museum is a pioneering outreach initiative by the Department of Arts and Culture to bring museums closer to every Meghalayan, especially those unable to have access to one. Its aim is to create awareness and appreciation of the state's rich heritage, her unique history, and the distinctive culture of the people. This museum, while reflecting the ethos of India and Meghalaya, also dwells on the sacrifices of our nation's freedom fighters and the architects of the state's own statehood movement. Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau presentation of the Arts and Culture Department.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau of the Arts and Culture Department themed Museum on Wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the next tableau brought to you in collaboration by the offices of the District Agriculture Officer and District Horticulture Officer, East Khasi Hills District, based on the theme 50 Years of Agricultural Intervention. Through the last 5 decades, Meghalaya has progressed in leaps and bounds through agriculture intervention. With the scope of area expansion limited, the challenges before the state are to bring new technological and scientific intervention to improve the productivity of agricultural crops grown under various agro-climatic situations and geographical locations. Notwithstanding these problems and bottlenecks, the Agriculture Department is embarking on improving the overall agriculture and horticulture scenario through scientific advancement in crop production technology, post-harvest management, production of organics, foods, income support scheme, doubling farmers' income through income generation activities like mushroom cultivation, beekeeping, as depicted in the tableau. The PM Kisan Nidhi is an income support scheme which is 100% funded by the Government of India and has an enrollment of 2 lakh plus farmers. In order to prevent post-harvest loss and augment income in generation from value addition and food processing, the department has provided incentives through various schemes to entrepreneurs in processing and marketing of fruits and fruit products, spices, and vegetables. The tableau also portrays the government's intervention for promotion of unique and delicious Khasi mandarin to generate livelihood support for the rural communities with an aim to attract investors and also to enhance revenue generation to the state. Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau of the Agriculture Department.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you the tableau of the Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department based on the theme Vaccinate to Eliminate. Rabies is one of the oldest and most terrifying diseases known to mankind. It is a zoonotic disease, meaning it can pass from other animals to humans with a 99.9% fatality rate. The rabies virus invades the central nervous system of mammals and causes severely distressing neurological symptoms, disease in the brain, and ultimate death. Infection usually occurs following a bite or scratch from an infected animal, and the rabies virus is transmitted through the saliva of the host animal. Most often, the virus is passed to human populations through dogs, which is about 95% of the worldwide cases. But there are also reports of human rabies due to bites of cats, mongooses, jackals, foxes, wolves, and other carnivorous animals. Today, over 90% of rabies deaths are in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, where canine rabies is widespread. Every year, millions of healthy dogs are inhumanly killed for the fear of this deadly disease. However, this doesn't halt the spread of rabies, which causes the death of around 59,000 people a year, the majority of which are children under 15. Vaccination of dogs in endemic areas is the most effective long-term rabies control strategy. Therefore, it is critical to invest in rabies elimination through concrete actions in strengthening intersectorial coordination, increasing risk awareness, promoting dog vaccination and management through enhancement of public trust in rabies vaccination for humans, and enhancing financial and human resources.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you next the tableau of the Forest Department themed Sacred Groves and their role in the preservation of traditional knowledge, culture, and biodiversity. Conservation of nature and natural resources has been an important and integral part of the people of our state, where religious and cultural practices are deeply linked with the forests. Forest patches closely related to cultural and religious practices and associated taboos are found in our state. These forest patches, commonly called sacred groves, are protected by the traditional societies and are pristine forest pockets dedicated to local deities. A close association with nature has enabled tribal people to observe the rich flora and fauna around them for developing their own traditional knowledge. They have acquired knowledge of the use of plants and plant products as herbal remedies for various ailments over time. Traditional rules support conservation by limiting activities within sacred forests. Sacred groves also provide ecosystem services such as erosion control and maintenance of water quality. Let us conserve our biological resources by preserving our indigenous and traditional knowledge for the benefit of our future generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau of the Forest Department.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the tableau of the Soil and Water Conservation Department on the theme Multi-Purpose Water Reservoir for Climate Change Mitigation and Life Support. The judicious use of water as a primary natural resource is gaining recognition as a strategic issue for the planning and development of every sector and community. Meghalaya, blessed with abundant rainfall, forest vegetation, and conducive undulating topography, has tremendous potential to tap this precious natural resource by adopting good water harvesting strategies. This necessitates the call for having small multi-purpose reservoirs across our landscape to harness this life support system to counter adverse and extreme weather events and climate change, improve groundwater recharge and rejuvenation of springs to cater to our increasing multifarious needs such as drinking and domestic water, agriculture and farming, fishery development and employment generation activities. Conservation and development of this vital resource calls for proactive and concerted efforts of all stakeholders at all levels, the private and public sector, individuals and the community at large. To sum it all up, we need a lot of blue to remain green.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau of multi-purpose water reservoir by the Soil and Water Conservation Department. The next tableau presented to you is by the PHE department themed on sanitation, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Jal Jeevan Mission. Over the years, the Public Health Engineering Department has been implementing programs primarily aimed at attainment of overall well-being and improved livelihood. Water and sanitation being the foundations of good health are the twin deliverables of the various program interventions of the department. Encouraged by the massive outreach and the Jan Andolan created under Swachh Bharat mission, with which adequate access to sanitary facilities are ensured to all people of the state, Meghalaya now takes on the challenge of providing adequate water to each and every household through provision of functional household tap connection under the ambitious Jal Jeevan mission. The tableau presents a picture of the much-wanted reality of a decent and dignified household, displaying improved living conditions through availability of a water tap connection, safe toilet, composting unit for management of biodegradable waste, and wastewater soak pit for safe disposal of household wastewater. Currently, Meghalaya is the 11th state in the country to become ODF Plus under Swachh Bharat mission and ranks 27th in provision of functional household tap connections under the Jal Jeevan mission. Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau of the PHE department.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present before you the tableau of the Social Welfare Department on the theme Creating a Safety Net for Children. Violence against children has been linked to psychological, physical and emotional health problems as the children grow up. Every child's right to protection is a universal right of all children. Child protection is about preventing violence and ensuring children who have experienced violence are cared for. The tableau before you of the Social Welfare Department showcases the system that has been working in establishing protection, refuge and support to children under its wings of many colors, which is based on the cardinal principles of protection of child rights and the best interests of the child. The programs and services covered under institutional services are observation home for boys and girls, place of safety, special home, special unit for children and special needs, children homes, shelter homes. The non-institutional services include sponsorship, adoption, foster care, counseling, child line emergency services. Ladies and gentlemen, the tableau of the Social Welfare Department brought to you by the Office of the District Child Protection Unit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Basin Development Unit of East Khasi Hills proudly presents its tableau on the theme Hydroger Mission. Meghalaya has launched the hydrogen mission under the Decentralized Green Energy Project with a financial outlay of 11.55 crore rupees with support from the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development under the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. The project is being implemented by Institute of Natural Resources under the Meghalaya Basin Development Authority. In East Khasi Hills district, hydrogen installation has been implemented in 52 villages through decentralized green energy in convergence with Manrega. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a tableau presentation by the Basin Development Unit of East Khasi Hills.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the Health Department's tableau on the theme, The Evolution of Vaccines. Over 200 years ago, British physician Edward Jenner pricked the skin of an 8-year-old with a virus. This little puncture led to the development of a vaccination that ultimately led to the prevention and eradication of smallpox, a deadly disease at that time. Again, over 100 years ago, a 9-year-old was bitten by a rabid dog. This 9-year-old was treated by a French biologist, Louis Pasteur, who injected the boy with a weakened form of the virus for 13 days. Back then, the origin of rabies and rabid animals were unknown. What he did was a new way of tackling this disease. The injections worked and the boy recovered. We now have him to thank for the rabies vaccine. As the years went by, more vaccines were developed. Infectious diseases which had plagued so many years ago were now being treated with simply the prick of a needle. Diseases like whooping cough, diphtheria, tetanus, influenza, mumps all had vaccines that would protect the recipients from the illness. Polio, which leaves the sick temporarily or permanently paralyzed, some of whom would also die, is now almost completely eradicated solely due to the efforts of the vaccinations.
Snow kori ya jingla hatu ngemi ki jingpang you ben reu kite du kenjri ben sim kordon làm jing champagne ki jalen ki Are we so blind? Can we see them through what the world had been? Are we the reason to let's shine the light? Why are we so afraid? The world of our troubles, humankind is insane. Come on, let's go. Let's all be brave. Knowledge has brought its time to change. Let us stand as one. Diseases will be gone. Protected together for the world to be a better place. Vaccination is safe. Vaccination is safe. Thank you.